Oh look, it's Optimus Prime, and I've got him right where I want him. I've got this battlecruiser loaded with weapons and Decepticlone soldiers. I'm going to destroy him by crushing him with it. Yes, that's clearly Starscream's thinking. He is messed up considerably on this one. So now that he's crashed the cruiser into the side of the mountain here, he has compromised each and every single soldier that was on board, meaning that we can now go mowing them down one by one. And now they have no means of really fighting us in an organized manner. So they're scrambling around the ship, there's alarms going off, and they're just frantically trying to fight back against Optimus Prime's one-man army of badassery again. And more music from the 1986 movie starts playing in our head, and we proceed to kick more ass. There's actually quite frank here, there's actually a more difficult encounter coming up right here. We have lots of shield arms accompanied by the little drone things from what was that level? The Antarctic level. The ones that send up the signal to carry over the dropships. Those guys are here, and all they do is shoot at us and make a bunch of noise, and we can kill them stupidly easy because they're incredibly weak. But yeah, the shield arms, they're above us on the upper floors there, and if you absolutely have to have deflector for this part, otherwise they will kill the crap out of you with their rapid fire nonsense. But we can still physics them into walls and just outright ruin their days. Yes, this will remind them never to trust Starscream ever again. And next time they will follow Demolisher right out of the game, who's decided not to be in this game. Even though Tidal Wave was in there, and he was introduced into the series well after it was established that there was only like, what, five Decepticons and 3 Autobots at the beginning of the series, so... Oh well, I don't have a problem with this game. With this game's length. I don't think it's too short or too long. Because it's just so much fun. Yeah, sorry there was such a long gap between the last video and this one. I'm getting some other Let's Plays ready in my spare time when I was waiting for my voice to recover, because it seems like a couple times a year, mainly in the winter, it was especially bad last year, it's usually never more than once a year, I get horribly sick and I have this bad cough and I'm all congested and I just sound terrible. And it's just such a hassle to do commentaries like that because I'd have to pause the video every 10 seconds to have a coughing fit and die, and it would just not sound as good either. So I think I'm almost back up to 100%. I'm still coughing a little bit. And the last video I recorded when I started the Gungrave Let's Play, that was kind of a test to see if my voice had recovered, and I think it has. So that's going to be going really well. Don't worry, the Gungrave Let's Play is not going to occupy very much time. It's going to be over in just a few videos. And it's just going to be a side project while I'm finishing this off and working on more Painkiller. There's more Painkiller coming up, and this Let's Play is actually almost done as well. And then I have a new one coming up, and it's one that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. I've talked about doing right after Bioshock 2, but I just didn't get around to it. Alright, so as you can see, there's a mean encounter coming at us. It's a command unit with a bunch of medium units behind him. Unfortunately, he's a sitting duck on this slow-moving elevator. It's a funicular elevator like in Deus Ex 3. Hey, we know what those are. Let's, so he looks all prepared and everything, like he's gonna totally kick our ass, right? We must be so terrified. Yeah. Ow! He actually got me. And now he's sitting there lying in a heap. That's what he gets. Speaking of lying in a heap. Okay, I do admit this did not go as planned. I had just initially thought I was just going to blow these guys away with the cluster rockets right when they came off the elevator, but they scattered too quickly, and I unfortunately had to dump too many rockets into the command unit in order to actually get anywhere with that. But I can just say screw you guys and go up to the next floor. I'm just going to kind of run through this level because there is a lot of... Oh. Guys, are you going to try to shoot me while I'm around the elevator? Nope, you're just going to leave me alone, huh? So how you guys doing? Nice day, isn't it? Kind of cold. And back to kicking your ass. That was actually unintentionally funny. I did not expect that to happen at all. I don't think I've ever done that before.
But yeah, running away from those guys is not too bad of an idea, just because they can't follow you up here unless they're already on the elevator with you, apparently. But yeah, this is obviously, like I said, there's a whole army's worth of enemies in this level, so I'm just gonna try to bypass some of them if I can. Just go the path of least resistance. I'm kind of in a hurry in this level for some reason. I don't know why, but obviously there's nothing too terribly difficult in here because it's really close quarters. It's actually one of the very few interior close quarters levels in the game, which is good considering that most games, most shooters at least, tend to stick to close quarters in small and cramped environments because it's easier to design than a big open world environment. So that being said, the size of the environments is actually really good in this game, especially, you know, the graphics and the frame rates and the draw distance is really technically impressive for this game's time. I just picked up the first kill zone just now, and it seems like all I've played of the first kill zone, the draw distance is pathetic, and it seems like the game is leading you around on a fixed linear path by blocking you off with invisible walls and whatnot. I'm just like, you know, this game for its time, for you know, mid PS2 era, had some really big open-ended levels for its time, and apparently I can't break that glass, but this glass over here is already broken conveniently. But in addition to just being technically impressive, this level also has the fact that it adds variety to the game as well. The fact that you know, there's actually a level that is close quarters to kind of mix things up a bit too. And it's not too late into the game to where it feels like it's, you know, this is not the finale or anything like that, so you know that there's still a little bit of the game to go to add even more variety. There's some odd things in this ship as well. Like there's this random guy over here on this table that's being electrocuted or something. It's like some kind of elite unit that's being repaired or something like that. I have no idea. It's probably just an abandoned design for... Oh, okay, yeah, this encounter right here, there's a reason why I went into Power Links mode, because we gotta fight 4 freaking shield arms at once here, and they are they're hiding right around that corner. There's like the perfect ambush right there. Oh, crap. And Power Links, as I said before, I rarely ever use it. It is nice, but it drains your health while you're using it, and then you get half of the health that it drained back after you exit out of it. But so you really have to be able to kill every enemy in that encounter while you're using it, otherwise it's just kind of going to be a waste. So you know, get in there, do the damage you got to do, and then get out. So you know, bullet time in this game is definitely not broken, but it is a nice feature. At least, okay, at least this encounter was honest with us, didn't ambush us with 4 freaking shield arms. Honestly, 2 commandos and a heavy unit is not that much better. Especially, but the fact that I can just blow away the commando units before they get to me is a lot better. Because those things, if they were to disable my weapons and everything, and then leave me to fight that heavy unit, this would be a really tricky situation. Especially because we don't really have that much room to dodge the commandos' melee grab, their little grapple attack that lifts and tosses you. Alright, and as you can barely see right there, there's 2 invisible commander units right here that are they're cloaked and everything, and luckily I can just send the Aurora from one to the other. Aha, I get a smack in your face before you run away. Yeah, their cloaking proved to be bit useless. That, on the other hand, did not prove to be useless. Grenades in my face that explode on contact is always an effective way to knock Optimus Prime on his ass, but unfortunately he's just going to get back up again. It was a minor inconvenience at the worst. There you go, just throw them at Sparkplug's head and send him flying, why don't you? This is like the most apathetic and lazy elevator I've ever seen. It doesn't even go up all the way. It's just like, oh, it's high enough, right? There's actually a very specific gameplay reason why they do this, too. They make sure there's a save point there, and you go back and you get a high jump. You have to have high jump right here, and in order to progress with the rest of the level, and you're about to see why. Alright, so this is probably the most tricky encounter right here, and I just quickly made quick work of that by separating those guys. There were 2 commandos on the other side of that command unit, and I just send them flying in opposite directions. God, I love this weapon. I love this weapon we're about to unlock even more, though. This is the most powerful primary weapon in the game. He is Aftershock, and he's a super heavy cannon, and I cannot wait to use him. But more on him when he's actually going to be more practical. I'm going to keep using Aurora for now because I need my blue minicon team. And I actually don't have the energy with my current setup in order to actually equip him as part of my setup. So what could be worse than that encounter? Let's open the door and find out. Oh god, it's Starscream. If those were powerful enough to destroy the entire freaking mountain, why didn't you just fire them at us from the ship instead of crashing the ship into us, you idiot? Great.